Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Radha Madan Mohan Jayo Nittai Gauranga Jayo Nittai Gauranga Jayo Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Jayo Srinivas Govinda Jayo Srinivas Govinda Jayo Srinivas Govinda Srinivas Govinda Jaya Srinivas Govinda Jaya Prahlad Narsimha 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol
Vizagacarya Stotra Shata Shri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Samshaila Prabhupada Ki Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, text number 17. Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaita Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaita Yadaha padavabhivandya pitroho Tatambakam Shankitanam Tatambakam Sadurushankitanam Prasidatam no Krita Nishkritanam Prasidatam no Krita Nishkritana Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaitan Yadaha padavabhivandya pitro Tatambakam sadurushankitanam Prasidatam no krita niskritanam Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaitan Yadaha padavabhivandya pitro Tatambakam sadurushankitanam Prasidatam no kritas nishkritanam Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaitan Prasidatam no Dhunoti chetasmarato mamaitan Yadaha padavabhivandya pitro Kaṁsa durusankitānām Prasidatam no Vridanishvitānām Kaṁsa durusankitānām Prasidatam no Vridanishvitānām Chetasmarato mamaita Yadaha pada vibandya pitro Tatambakam Prasidatam Yadaha pada vibandya pitro Tanam Siratam Nati Chetasmarato mamaita Smarato mamaita Yadaha pitro Tambalamsa durushankitanam Prasidatam no Dunoti, it gives me pain. Chetaha, heart. Smarataha, while thinking of. Mama, my. Etat, this. Yat, as much as. Aha, said. Pado, feet. Abhivandya, worshipping. Pitroho, of the parents. Tata, my dear father. Amba, my dear mother. Kamsat, out of Kamsas. Uru, great. Shankitanam, of those who are afraid. Prasidatam, be pleased with Naha, our. Akrita, not executed. Nishkritinam, duties to serve you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents for their Kṛṣṇa's and Balarāma's inability to serve their feet due to being away from home because of great fear of Kaṁsa. He said, O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability. All this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart. Kindly repeat. Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents for their Kṛṣṇa's and Balarāma's inability to serve their feet due to being away from home because of great fear of Kaṁsa. He said, "O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability. All this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart." Purport. It appears that Lord Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma were both very greatly afraid of Kaṁsa, and therefore they had to hide themselves. But if Lord Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how was it possible that they were afraid of Kaṁsa? Is there any contradiction in such statements? Vasudeva, due to his great appreciation for Kṛṣṇa, wanted to give him protection. He never thought that Kṛṣṇa was the Supreme Lord and could protect himself. He thought of Kṛṣṇa as his son. Because Vasudeva was a great devotee of the Lord, he did not like to think that Kṛṣṇa might be killed like his other sons. Morally, Vasudeva was bound to deliver Kṛṣṇa to the hands of Kaṁsa because he had promised to turn over all his children. But out of his great love for Kṛṣṇa, he broke his promise, and the Lord was very pleased with Vasudeva for his transcendental mentality. He did not want to disturb the intense affection of Vasudeva, and thus he agreed to be carried by his father to the house of Nanda and Yashoda. And just to test the intense love of Vasudeva, Lord Kṛṣṇa fell down in the waters of the Yamuna while his father was crossing the river. Vasudeva became mad after his child as he tried to recover him in the midst of the rising river. These are all the glorified pastimes of the Lord, and there is no contradiction in such manifestations. Since Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Lord, he was never afraid of Kaṁsa, but to please his father, he agreed to be so. And the most brilliant part of his supreme character was that he begged pardon from his parents for being unable to serve their feet while absent from home because of fear of Kaṁsa. The Lord, whose lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Brahma and Shiva, wanted to worship the feet of Vasudeva. Such instruction by the Lord to the world is quite appropriate. Even if one is the Supreme Lord, one must serve his parents. As son is indebted to his parents in so many ways, and it is the duty of the son to serve his parents, however great the son may be. Indirectly, Kṛṣṇa wanted to teach the atheists who do not accept the supreme fatherhood of God, and they may learn from this action how much the Supreme Father has to be respected. Uddhava was simply struck with wonder by such glorious behavior of the Lord, and he was very sorry that he was unable to go with him. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravadi Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these are all the recollections of Uddhava of the Supreme Lord's pastimes. So previously we saw Uddhava expressed his bewilderment in the Lord being born in a prison house. The Lord who is unborn is born in the prison house in a very secret, as if he is afraid of his enemy. And in this current context, a similar, the Supreme Lord, out of fear of Kaṁsa, he had to be taken away by Vasudeva. And the Lord begged pardon for his inability to take care of his parents. So few wonderful instructions are there, Prabhupada is mentioning. So once I met one donor, not a donor, a prospective person. So as we were discussing, he told me that I don't believe Kṛṣṇa is God. A little intelligent person, but unfortunately his intelligence is Maya apahruta gnana. So I asked him why, what is the reason? So he said, see, you are saying he is born from Devaki. Devaki is ordinary woman. So if Kṛṣṇa is born from Devaki, that means he is also ordinary man. How can a God come from ordinary woman? That is his argument. So externally, if you see, if you don't take the guidance of the spiritual master and read pastimes of the Lord, we will not understand tattvataha, divyam. So therefore, it is so important that we approach the Shastras through a proper medium, transparent medium. What externally appears may not be the real fact. What I presume to be truth may not be real truth. The truth is transcendental. Yes. The truth doesn't change according to circumstances. The transcendental truth doesn't change. So, Prabhupada is giving this wonderful explanation that the Lord is reciprocating to Vasudeva's feeling of affection. Even though Vasudeva knows Kṛṣṇa is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but then he does not want to see Kṛṣṇa in that form. He wants to see Kṛṣṇa as a son. And the Lord is also reciprocating in a similar way. He is not saying, now I am God, you have to respect. No, he is seeing the feeling of his devotee and he is encouraging that feeling by behaving as a small child who is unable to protect himself. So that is the glory of the Lord. If we don't approach the spiritual master, proper source, then we will think, what is there? Kṛṣṇa also, ordinary man. He could not protect himself. His father had to take him away. But then why he is doing this? There is a transcendental reason. And that transcendental reason is, he is reciprocating his devotee's affection. The devotee wants to care the Lord as son. So the Lord is also behaving like that. Okay, take care of me. Also Prabhupada, he points out there, morally, Vasudeva is known as a person who keeps his word. All the 7 children he has committed, all the 8 children he will give to Kaṁsa to be killed. But then Vasudeva, he broke his promise to Kaṁsa in the case of the Supreme Lord. So it appears morally he is deviated. Vasudeva doesn't keep his promise. In spite of his becoming defamed as one who cannot keep his promise, the transcendental purpose is he wants to save Kṛṣṇa. That's why Kṛṣṇa appreciated this feeling. So morality is not so important. What is important is Kṛṣṇa's service, transcendence. Surrender to Kṛṣṇa is the highest morality, Prabhupada says. Yatra Yogeshwara Kṛṣṇa, yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, tatra Sri Vijayor Niti, morality. And Prabhupada says in the explanation of what is that niti, The highest morality is sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam. What Krishna says is fact. What Krishna says is truth. If Krishna says you fight, it is truth. If Krishna says don't fight, that is truth. You cannot decide what is right, what is wrong in our own limited material perception. When the transcendental reality comes, material, good and bad becomes insignificant, uncountable actually. Krishna told Yudhishthira, you have to tell lies. Yudhishthira is, oh really? What will happen to my name and fame? Yudhishthira is known as Dharmaraj. But the highest dharma is Dharmam tu sakshat, Bhagavat pranitam, follow Krishna's order, sarva dharman parityajya, mam ekam sharanam. So that Prabhupada is pointing out, and so that is Vasudeva's special appreciation by Krishna. Oh, he gave up his promise to protect me. Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki. So similarly, in our devotion service also, we should not be too much stuck up with morality, rules and regulation. For the love of the Lord or for the service, sometimes we may have to. Like there was one devotee, Bhurijan Das. His complaint was that devotees are selling books by doing some trickery. And therefore he left the movement. Then later on, Prabhupada was trying to get him back. So one day he took association of Prabhupada and he expressed his, actually he didn't tell the reason, he went away. Then he expressed his heart. Oh Prabhupada, like this your disciples are doing. He went and joined some other camp. Siddha Sarupananda, some other camp is there. Basically, that he influenced him. That Siddha Sarupananda influenced Bhurijan. Siddha Sarupananda was trying to be a parallel authority to Prabhupada. So he was demeaning Prabhupada's book distribution and trying to take away Prabhupada's disciple. So one of them was this Bhurijan Das. So he was telling that, so his complaint was your disciples are doing trickery. This is not morality. Then Prabhupada listened to him. Then Prabhupada separately he commented. He didn't tell directly to him. But Prabhupada told, see, you are talking about, he is talking about morality, right, wrong and all. But by sticking on to morality, he lost Krishna's service. Whereas the devotees, yena kena prakarena, whatever is there, let me engage in Krishna's service. They engage in Krishna's service. So actually, who is at loss? So our goal is not morality, in moral values, what is right, what is wrong. Is not what is the judgment of success. Success of service is pleasure of the Lord. So here Vasudeva gave up his word to Kaṁsa in order to protect Krishna. And Krishna is appreciating. Oh, that is a very nice sentiment. Therefore Krishna also says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Krishna directly is saying, don't Vedas, come above the Vedas. What is above Vedas? Sometimes Vedas are too much of morality, too much of rituals. Krishna is saying, no, above. Transcendence. What is transcendence? Follow Krishna's order. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Sometimes Prabhupada says, some people think this is too much demand. Too much demand. But that is a fact. It is the highest truth, highest morality. And because Vasudeva sacrificed his morality, Krishna reciprocated by becoming a small child, unprotected. Vasudeva wants to see Krishna as a small child, baby boy. That is his feeling. And in order to increase the intensity of his feeling, Krishna fell down. Prabhupada is explaining. Krishna fell down in the Yamuna water. And Vasudeva, with anxiousness, is searching. Sometimes devotees also go through difficulties. And in that anxiousness, he is only thinking of Krishna, depending on Krishna, searching where is Krishna. All Krishna's wanting to increase the intensity of the devotee in his service. These are all glorified pastimes of the Lord, and there is no contradiction in such manifest. So externally, seeing it appears, what is this? Krishna also ordinary man. No. Therefore, we have to understand through a transcendental via media, spiritual master. Tattvataha. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand these wonderful pastimes of the Lord. And then Prabhupada says, generally the moral principle is one has to pay respects to his parents. So that Krishna is showing. He is paying respect to his parents and even begging pardon from parents, forgiveness, that he could not take care of them properly in his childhood. Supreme Lord Krishna. And he is setting an example that even though you may be very big son, you may be Ambani, Tata, Birla, whatever, but when it comes to parents, you have to surrender, you have to beg pardon, you have to respect them. Here education, knowledge, prestige, position, not important. The social etiquette is there. What is the social etiquette? Parents have to be respected. And thus, not only is showing that you have to respect parents, he is also showing Krishna is the supreme father of all living entities. And therefore, we all have to surrender to him. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam. This is the highest morality. Ordinary parent, respect. When supreme father comes, supreme parent, then should be transcendental surrender. So there is a wonderful pastime narration in Krishna book. Very big chapter is there, where Krishna, on the request of Devaki, he brings back all the 7 killed sons. Very wonderful pastime. Out of obligation to his parents, because he is feeling so much that I have not done anything for them. So initially, the chapter begins by Vasudeva glorifying the Lord. Every day Krishna Balaram go to their parents. The first thing they do is pay respects to them. This is a Vedic tradition. The moment you wake up, you offer your obeisances to the Lord, then to your parents. So they went one day. So previously some sacrifices have happened. And during that sacrifice, all the Brahmanas assembled there. They are glorifying Krishna Balaram. Vasudeva, he knows Krishna is Supreme Lord. But when he hears the glorification through the Brahmanas, he understands, my son is not an ordinary man. So when next day Krishna Balaram come to him and pay respects, Vasudeva remembers and he repeats all that glorification. Krishna also accepts, because it is a fact that he is Supreme Lord. But then he again says, whatever it is, I am still your eternal son. Prabhupada says, Krishna is the eternal son of Vasudeva, Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma. I am your eternal son, therefore please accept my respects. Then Devaki also speaks. She also glorifies Krishna in all those highest philosophical conclusions. And then finally, because you are the Supreme Lord, I heard that you have brought back the sons of Sandipani Muni. Very impossible task. They were actually dead. From Yamaloka you brought them. This is your strength. This is your Supreme Lord. I also have affection for my last 7 sons. Can you please bring back? So that's Krishna is so happy. Mother is asking something and he could not fulfill her wishes earlier. He could not serve her earlier. So immediately Kṛṣṇa Balarāma, through their Yoga Maya, they travel to Sutala planet where Bali Maharaj is there. So Bali Maharaj there also initially he glorifies. Actually this entire chapter is only glorification of Krishna. That story part is very... So Bali Maharaj also glorifies offering multiple prayers. And then he asks, my Lord, what is the purpose of your visit? Then Krishna, he says, I came here for those 7 sons who were killed by Kaṁsa. The wonderful background is there. Krishna himself narrates. After Lord Krishna heard the prayers of Bali Maharaj, he spoke as follows. My dear king of the demons, in the millennium of Swayambhu Manu, the Prajapati known as Marichi begot 6 sons, all demigods in the womb of wife Urna. So 6 sons born from Marichi. Once upon a time, Lord Brahma became captivated by the beauty of his daughter and was following her impelled by sex desire. At that time, these 6 demigods looked at the action of Lord Brahma with abhorrence. This criticism of Brahma's action by the demigods constituted a great offence on their part, and for this reason they were condemned to take birth as the sons of the demon Hiranyakashipu. These sons of Hiranyakashipu were thereafter put in the womb of Mother Devaki, and as soon as they took their birth, Kaṁsa killed them one after another. My dear king of the demons, Mother Devaki is very anxious to see these 6 dead sons again, and she is very much aggrieved on account of their early death at the hand of Kaṁsa. I know that all of them are living with you. I have decided to take them with me in order to pacify my mother Devaki. After seeing my mother, all these 6 conditioned souls will be liberated, and thus in great pleasure they will be transferred to their original planet. Then he lists out the 6 names. So this is a wonderful connection. These 6, they offended Lord Balarāma. Sorry, not Balarāma. Lord Brahma for his act of looking lustfully at his own daughter. Actually, if we hear that pastime, Prabhupada warns that we should not take this pastime we should not comment on such great personalities. Few purports, Prabhupada writes very strongly that these are all the Lord's transcendental pastimes, where in order for the conditioned souls to listen, to learn something, he makes some of his devotees perform mistakes. So we should not think that Lord Brahma is such kind of a person. And we should not think our Chaturmukhi Brahma has done this. It might have happened any millennium. And thus we should disrespect Lord Brahma, who is our parampara, he is the origin of our parampara. It might have happened in this millennium or any other millennium, we don't know. So, what was the result, what was the effect, cause? There is a criticism on Brahma. That apparently it is definitely a mistake. What Lord Brahma did, materially if you see, yes, there is a mistake. But whether I have a right to criticize on that point, no, it is not wrong to criticize, because actually a mistake has happened. If you, morally if you see, logically if you see right and wrong, black and white if you want to measure, definitely there is a mistake there. But then who is there? And whether I have the right to comment on that particular aspect is what is a person has to consider. Something called as maryada, vyatikrama. If we override the maryada, Lord Brahma, who is he? He is a chief of the demigods. He is the origin of the entire creation. And he is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if we make a criticism, sarcastic comment on him, therefore they had to take birth Many births, even birth in the family, in Hiranyakashipu, the demon's womb, even birth and get killed. It's a reaction. Another important point Prabhupada highlights is that we should not consider a woman very lightly. Association with a woman is very dangerous. In order to set that example, Krishna used Lord Brahma. This is a pastime of the Supreme Lord. Just like Prabhupada explains, the Sanat Kumaras becoming angry on Jaya Vijaya. This is transcendental pastime. The Lord makes apparent mistakes by the devotees in order for the common man to learn a message. Now, if you make comment on Sanat Kumaras, why they became angry, how they are not self-reliant. And then, in some other occasion, Prabhupada says, we should not think that Jaya Vijaya, every time they commit offence, they are getting cursed and they are coming. Now, that is also not correct. Because a pure devotees like Jaya Vijaya, they cannot commit offences against Vaishnavas like Chaturkumaras. That happened in some kalpa. Not that every time Jaya Vijaya comes as Hiranyakashipu, Ravana or Kaṁsa. No, that one kalpa it happened. So, the transcendental truth is different from the material correct and wrong. That has to be understood properly. So, Lord Brahma, even though he committed this offence, an ordinary man, he cannot comment on Lord Brahma. He is a very great personality. Oh, Lord Brahma also did like that. What is there? No, Lord Brahma is, this pastime is showing an example. When it comes to woman, very careful. A fire and butter. Prabhupada says, when there is fire, butter has to melt. That is the laws of the material nature. So a man cannot be controller of his senses out of his own power. Balādiva niyojitaha. Balād. Even a woman, a man should not stay alone with his own mother and sister. Because Balavan Indriya Gramo, senses are very strong. So devotees have to be very careful in association with women. Association is not only by physical, even by messaging, communication, talking, even thinking. Brahmacharya is also 8 principles. Thinking also is also one association. So we have to be it's very dangerous. Maya shackles us into this material world through the attraction of a woman. That example was set by Brahma. We are supposed to learn from that instance and move forward, not that we criticize. That's a fault-finding tendency. We criticize and get stuck up in that criticism and suffer the consequences of that offense. So, therefore it is very dangerous. Especially it is more dangerous, secretly things are happening. We may think, oh, no one is knowing. But the truth will come out one day. We cannot cheat everyone every time. One day the truth will come out. So, therefore, to set that example, we see this case of Lord Brahma, who was, apparently it appeared that he got attracted to his own daughter. But that is an instance for us to learn the power of even Lord Brahma, who is the creator, who gave all the power of senses to us. But when it came to a woman, he also lost his senses. That is an example for all of us to learn from this. We have to be very, very careful about association with a woman. And from this instance we can see that we should not unnecessarily criticize, unnecessarily make an offense against great personalities, representatives of the Supreme Lord. Apparently, we may see something wrong they are doing, but we don't know whether it is wrong or right. We don't have any qualification to judge what is right, what is wrong. The transcendental truth is different. Like Kṛṣṇa, born in Devaki's womb. Logically, scientifically, if you see, he is an ordinary man. But the transcendental truth is different. Logically, if you see, Kṛṣṇa is running away from Kaṁsa. The transcendental truth is different. He is not bothered about Kaṁsa, he is only worried about Vasudeva actually. In his mind, Kaṁsa is not there only. He is only thinking how I can reciprocate the love that Vasudeva wants to give me. Not even bothered about Kaṁsa. Similarly, once there's a nice Prabhupada Leela. Srila Prabhupada instructed his devotee, one of his devotees, or generally it is an instruction by Prabhupada that when you are cooking, everything has to be very clean and neat. Spick and span, so they used to say. Everything should be shining, clean and neat. So one day the devotee and Prabhupada, he was assistant of Prabhupada, he came with Prabhupada and to India, and Srila Prabhupada's sister was cooking, Ishima. She was cooking. So generally in India, Indian household, we don't see such kind of a rigor, not very, at least in that expression, in that pastime it is mentioned like that. She was not worried so much about cleanliness and practices that we follow in our temple. So apparently he is seeing that Prabhupada's own sister is not following all this. So one day he goes to Prabhupada and Prabhupada he starts commenting. Prabhupada like this is there in the kitchen. Not. So while Prabhupada is eating, he just told, mind your own business. That's all. Now if you see, analyze logically, scientifically, it is a fact that kitchen was not maintained by her properly. The instruction by Prabhupada is a fact. But the application, Prabhupada told him to be strict. When he is cooking, he has to be strict. Now when Prabhupada's sister is doing, whether we have the right to comment on her service to Srila Prabhupada, whether Prabhupada is looking at that or whether Prabhupada is looking at the love that she is offering. She is bringing puri, samosa, kachori as a great devotion to her own brother and the spiritual master of the world organization. And whether I have the right, so that's it, Maryada Vatikrama. We should not cross our boundary of our indulgence. Some areas we have to mind our own business. We should not interfere too much because I may think what is right, what is wrong in one context. But what is right and wrong according to Krishna's context, we have no idea. Someone may be singing very, not in rhythm, not in tune, but we don't know. Krishna may be liking it. Why I should go and give comment, you are not singing properly? What is my role? I am not a kirtan leader anyway. So, just like Krishna likes bumblebee. What is bumblebee? Bumblebee don't know any mantras. Bumblebee is not chanting Brahma Samhita, Purusha Sukta. But Krishna is liking bumblebee. It is coming. So, what Krishna likes, what he does not like. Transcendental truth. We should not limit ourselves with our jurisdiction of right, wrong and correct, perfection, these things with our limited understanding. Therefore, we need via media, spiritual master. Without his guidance, we cannot actually understand the transcendental truth. Without his mercy, without his guidance, we cannot get the proper understanding. And therefore, Prabhupada says, fault finding not good. We have to mind our own business and try to make our own service, our own activity perfect. Not look into others. others' business, others' activities. Otherwise, it will create offenses. Lord Brahma, audacity to comment on Lord Brahma by demigods. They are not ordinary, they are demigods only. They are not even ordinary people. And audacity to comment on Srila Prabhupada's own sister. So like this. So what is right, what is wrong? We should not be OCD. OCD means obsessive compulsion disorder. You are only looking at compulsively what is right, what is wrong, what is right, what is wrong. There's a transcendental truth to it. And we may not know. We should be very humble. We should think that I am an ignorant fellow. I am a murkha. I cannot understand. And be completely absorbed in our own activities. So Prabhupada further he mentions, great sages, please understand. The Shukadeva Goswami is mentioning, Suta Goswami is mentioning to Shaunaka Rishis. Great sages, please understand that the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna are all eternal. They are not ordinary narrations of historic incidences. Such narrations are identical with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. The Lord's pastime are identical with the Supreme Lord. Anyone, therefore, who hears such narrations of the Lord's pastime becomes immediately freed from contamination of material existence. And those who are pure devotees enjoy these narrations as nectar entering into their ears. Such narrations are described by Shukadeva Goswami, the exalted son of Vyasadeva, and anyone who hears them, as well as anyone who describes them for the hearing of others, becomes Krishna conscious. And it is only the Krishna conscious persons who become eligible for going back home, back to Godhead. So we have to become Krishna conscious. Krishna consciousness is the eligibility to go back to Godhead. So that Krishna consciousness means what? Absorbed in Krishna, not absorbed in material right, wrong, in that dvandva. Dvandvatitana vimatsaraha. We are supposed to go beyond dvandva. Te dvandva moha nirmukta, bhajante mam dadavrataha. If you have to cross beyond, then only we will be able to understand the truth of Krishna's pastimes, of truth of how Krishna is guiding me in devotional service. That is the requirement. Any questions?
In the purport, Prabhupada is saying that Lord is testing intense love of Vasudeva. Vasudeva already is a highest platform. Even to that level, Lord is testing his intense love. Means how to understand?
Yeah, Lord is testing whether Vasudeva, how much intensity of love Vasudeva has got. And it is also a lesson for us to learn through those pastimes. See, these are all, if you see Krishna, already he is eternal soul. Vasudeva is eternal soul. Eternally he is father of Krishna. So naturally he has got that affection. And in order for all of us to understand that Krishna puts his devotees into such a situation where his intensity of devotion increases, he has put Vasudeva into that situation where he becomes anxious of Krishna. Understood? So these are all pastimes where the Lord is making his devotees do all this to show the intensity of devotion to us by their expression. So definitely, if Vasudeva's expression of intensity is not increased, then we will not understand. Oh, Krishna will fall down, he will take care of himself, what is the problem? No, the moment Krishna is fallen down, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? He is not thinking he is Supreme Lord, he will protect himself. So like that. It is materialistically what they think, oh, Krishna Supreme Lord, he will take care of himself. If I don't offer properly, what is the problem? He is anyway Supreme Lord, he will take. No, he is dependent on you. That is a reciprocation that Krishna is.
Only
So it is not a test for Vasudeva. It's not real that the test of Vasudeva. It is for us to understand that Krishna has put Vasudeva into that situation so that his intensity for Krishna increases. We are also supposed to be like that. The entire Krishna Leela is this. How to become his devotee, how to engage in his pastime, or engage in his service. The display of the Supreme Lord in various pastimes. Everything is happening as per Krishna's Yogamaya. Everything.
But generally, whenever we have a tendency, whenever some problem is, it is biggest headache we feel. Now we should take that, saying that it is an opportunity where my intensity can be increased.
Yes, correct. That's a transcendental perception. Material perception is problem, let me go away. Or let me run away from the problem. But problem has come by Krishna's will. In order to test, okay, let me see what you will do. Purposefully he will take our resources, purposefully he will take the support, take away the support, purposefully he will put it. So, the devotee in that, oh, this is not there, the service may not happen, now let me work very hard to get that support from somewhere. Understood, no? Or whole night he is thinking, ayo, that is missing, and now he is whole night he is thinking. Otherwise he will be sleeping, thinking about Maya. So, one day someone asked Prabhupada, how can we serve you? So Prabhupada says, through your anxiety. So, troubles in life for a devotee is a blessing of the Lord. To increase his intensity for the Lord. More intensity. The Lord puts him into trouble. We heard, no, day before yesterday, Prabhupada's lecture. And when Krishna puts you into that circumstance, Prabhupada says, you will feel very, very horrible. But if you sustain that anxiety, surrendering to Krishna, tatyanukampam, thinking that it is my own creation, I should not blame others, my own karma. So let me undergo this trouble, praying to the Lord, my Lord, please help me. This is the, and then mukti padesa dhaya bhak. He becomes qualified to get liberation. Not one who runs away, blames someone and runs away, thinking that all this is problem. I don't want to be in problem. One day someone asked Prabhupada, that a bombing, India-Pakistan, war is there, bombing is happening. So what will you do? The reporter is, what will you do? So Prabhupada says, we will accept bomb. We will accept. Krishna's, we will chant Hare Krishna, accept. What can be done? Very nice conversation, very hilarious. And so that reporter says, will you embrace the bomb also? Prabhupada says, yes, we will embrace the bomb also. That is Krishna's mercy. So devotees, that's the dvandva. What is that dvandva? Good, bad, correct, wrong, pain, pleasure, success, loss, profit, loss. These are all not consideration of Krishna consciousness. Samatvam. Samatvam means what? He is equanimous. Whether it is success, failure, right, good, honor, dishonor, perfection, imperfection, he is equanimous. He is stuck to Krishna's service. He is stuck to surrender to Krishna. Not that problem comes, I run away. I didn't expect like this will happen. I thought Krishna is pleasurable. Su-sukhaṁ, kartum, but this happened. Now this also is su-sukhaṁ only. This Leela also is su-sukhaṁ only, part of sukhaṁ. Sukhaṁ is not showing 32 teeth. Sukha is a rasa. That rasa involves anxiety, rasa involves tension, rasa involves all of this. Understood, no? So this bhakti is a rasa, no? So many faces of, waves of rasa are there. Like Bhishma is having rasa with Lord Krishna in a chivalrous mood, fighting spirit. He is offering Krishna with arrows. And Krishna is accepting, reciprocating. Chalo, your arrows are my flowers. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, the path of a devotee who is very advanced, his life will be filled with thorns. People will criticize. Like Prabhupada, his own God brothers troubling him. His own God brothers. So that's an advanced stage. So anxiety is good. It is good, provided that anxiety is for serving Krishna.
Application of the principle and instruction, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Now, it was discussed in the class that Mosima was cooking and Prabhupada was instructing cleanliness is a principle, and it is that may not be considered in our case. Means principally, person. Principally, we are supposed to be cleanliness aspect and all those things. Means when it comes to a personal level, because if a devotee like us, if he is thinking, means when you say love, we are not very clear what is actually motivating us to do that service. We feel I am so much love, that is why I am doing. Then how do we judge it is really love or any personal motivation making us to do? Means why I am saying is, because of love I am not able to follow it. Because if I apply that principle, what happened in the Mosima's instance, to my level, will it be a practically correct way of doing it?
See, we follow what Prabhupada told us. Prabhupada did not tell you follow what she is doing. Prabhupada told that devotee, you should cook like this. We cannot match the devotion of her to Srila Prabhupada. That match we cannot do. We cannot do that. Neither we are so pure, nor we have that love. But what am I having? My love I can express today in how strictly, how meticulously I follow my Guru's order. That is my expression of love. How meticulously, strictly I follow my Guru's. That is for me, not for other. I cannot comment, you don't love Guru because you are not following strictly. That I cannot say. Of course, there may be some occasion where as a duty someone has to do that. But as a ordinary devotees, Krishna's servants, everyone cannot take up this role. That is authorized way some person is doing it. That is his headache, not mine. So right now my expression of love is how strictly, meticulously I am doing my service, what Prabhupada has given. The detailing, we absorb into the detail. The more we absorb into the detail, more problems we will see, and to solve all the problems. But rather if I am superficially doing and minding others' business, that is not correct. So my expression of love currently, not bhava. We should not go by sentiments. Bhakti is not sentiment. Bhakti is practicing the rules and regulations, 64 principles of devotional service. Rules. Sadhana bhakti. Right now ours is sadhana. We should not get into raganuga bhakti kind of a stage. Therefore, those who ask, Prabhu, I am doing service, I am not getting happiness. Su-sukhaṁ kartum. No, that is raganuga. Now your su-sukhaṁ kartum is, I finished it. Abba, I am happy. I finished my 16 rounds nicely. That is the happiness you can have. The happiness of accomplishing the task is what su-sukhaṁ currently for us. I did it correctly, to my best knowledge. Therefore, at the end of the DT service, Angahinam, without I have done so many mistakes, kindly pardon me. We pray. Not that I have done everything perfectly, but then as much possible I have done correctly. If at all any mistake has happened, kindly pardon me. Not that everything I have done correctly. That is one more opposite side. So like that. So specific instruction by Guru to us. I have to follow. I should not think you should also follow, you should also follow, you should also follow. You are not, don't bother about others. If your service is to bother about others, that's a separate matter. Now your service is bother about yourself, whether I am doing it correctly or not. So whether Pishima is following all the order that Prabhupada gave to this devotee, see this connection. Whether Pishima is following the instructions that Prabhupada gave that this devotee should follow. What is the connection? There is no link at all. Understood? Huh? So that is the problem.
Practically, when it comes, we face this one too. When we want to suggest someone want to offer something, but it is not as per the system. We tell, please follow the system of offering.
Yes.
Then we say you are actually affecting our love to the Lord. Then we are stuck up in this situation saying that how do we convince him?
Currently our love is how strictly we follow the orders, that's all. We stick to that. What I assume is an offering may not be an offering. Whatever I assume cannot become bhakti. It should come from Guru Parampara. Suppose I decide, tomorrow onwards we will stop chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we will chant some other mantra. Because I like this mantra. What is you like, what is this? We follow Guru Parampara. Through the authorized channel, that the devotional service should come. Then only it is devotional service. Understood, no? So then it is called whimsical. So many people outside material world, karmis, out of sentimental, so many things they are doing, thinking they are doing bhakti. But we are not like that, no. We became devotee in the disciplic succession to follow the acharyas, not our concoction. Follow the acharya. And every moment I am supposed to be very vigilant whether I am following acharyas or not. Because my life is to offer to Krishna. If my offering to Krishna is not going to Krishna, then my life is waste. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Whatever endeavor is all shrama. So what I am supposed to do? Yagnarthat karmano anyatra. Anyatra, for the pleasure of the Lord. So if Krishna is asking water, and if you give him milk, somewhere Prabhupada says this, Krishna is asking water and you are saying, no, out of love I will give him milk. No, he is asking water, give first water. So what has to be offered to Krishna, that comes through Guru Parampara. Through Guru Parampara, through authorized, not that I read some other Shastra and figure out what is to be followed. It is there in Shastra only, I will follow Shastra. No, application has to be coming from Guru Parampara. Some Shastra it is written you have to do Chandi Homa every day. Now if you introduce Chandi Homa, it is a Shastric only, it is not Avaidik. But whether Guru has told to do that? So we have to be very vigilant on that. Not create our own. And we should be careful also. I should not think now because I became senior devotee so many years, I will get guidance from Paramatma directly. Paramatma is guiding me also. There is no competition in devotional service in terms of receiving instructions. We should understand that. Paramatma is guiding everyone. Like that, Paramatma is guiding the Guru Parampara system also. So we have to be very careful. We should not make our devotional service whimsical by our own idea, our own concoctions. Yes, some question.
Previous verse, it is said like devotees have no material hankering and they naturally are peaceful. It was mentioned in the purport, Prabhu. But coming to the practical application, our own ISKCON institution, apparently we are all, devotees are sadhus wearing a saffron dress, but still they appear like a very anxious mood while coming to the service and dealing to the other people like employees or contractors and running the kitchen, where we get comments like whether he is a really sadhu or he is getting anger and he is going to the court case and fighting for the property. All this we heard, Prabhu. Uh, we think it is a offering to the Krishna and we fight it. As you said, like it is my task to do. But superficially to the outside world and karmis, they feel like they are also normal people. They are also get anger and they are also deal employees and other stakeholders of the institution like karmis, like that adversary comments we get, Prabhu. In such comments, how we can tell ourselves or how we can manage in our mind, how can we forgiveness. The Lord may also take our action against it. Coming to the running these many kitchens and running big organization like ISKCON and Hare Krishna Movement is not easy. Like, there are involvement of non-devotees. In such cases, we are losing some outside sadhus name, like they are all very anger like that, Prabhu. How can we handle such situation?
Well, that's why we have to be very smart. We should try to, as much possible, try to follow the social etiquette and resolve. But in case we have to violate the moral values, social etiquette, then the devotee should not hesitate. Just for the sake of his own impression that I am a sadhu. And then one place Prabhupada says that armchair philosophy. Krishna consciousness is not armchair philosophy. That you are sitting and thief is coming and going and you are talking philosophy. Krishna consciousness is the moment you see thief, you run him away. Understood now? So there is a social etiquette also is there. So as much possible with minimum violence, we should try to resolve or do that particular service. Minimum violence. As much, it may be required, some violence may be required, some kind of a harsh treatment may be required. As much possible, minimize. So there will be conflicts. But a devotee should not have material hankering. Material hankering means what? Where is my food? Place for sleeping? Dress? This is not what devotee is worried about. Some dress he will wear, some place to sleep, some food to eat, prasadam to eat. Not that he is hankering for he wants special laddus, punugulu, fry, sweet. No, he is not hankering for all. It comes. Doesn't come. He is very happy, whatever comes. So that's material hankering not there for devotee. But he is having spiritual hankering. What is the spiritual hankering? More service I want. More money I want to get for Krishna's temple. More feeding we want to do. More poor people we want to do feeding. More Hare Krishna mantra, more people should take. That is spiritual hankering. That is not material hankering. Understood now? So, material hankering will definitely cause anxiety. Then we will not be peaceful. Material hankering also involves my name and my prestige and name and fame. I want to protect my name and fame. I am very good devotee in the society. I am very good man. Everyone should respect me. No, that is also material hankering. That is subtle hankering. Puja, pratishtha, labha. These are all subtle things. But grossly is food, eating. Sometimes that is, some people can control all of that. But, puja, pratishtha, they are hankering for that. Everyone should appreciate me. No one can correct me. No one can point a finger at me. How you can tell in front of everyone that I am wrong? So these are all material hankering. Spiritual hankering is more and more service for Krishna, more and more anxiety for Krishna. They want more. Business is happening, more profit for Krishna. They are thinking. This is spiritual. Finally, that money is going to Krishna's service now. Outside people will not be able to understand this. We can explain to them, sir, money is coming, where it is going. He is not using for his increasing his living is in a 2x6 cot, that is his sleeping place. He is wearing a saffron dress. He is not wearing golden vastra. He is not eating in golden plate also, some plastic plate, something, some food that is available, offered to the Lord only he is eating. So how can you say that he is materially hankering? It's very simple logic you can give. That's why devotee has to be very simple in his life. Cannot complicate too much. Samsara. Okay? Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.